Hi friends, this is Bhushan Nimlekar from Daisar Connect. I have this new concept which I have designed for my viewers called Pathfinders. And this is supposed to be for parents as well as students to understand some new areas, new avenues. And I have got a guest today. She's Neha SAWANT. Hi Neha, how are you?
Hello, sir. Thank you. How are you?
Great. We are doing very well. Neha SAWANT is the Israelite. She is also from Nimlekars. So we are all like a family. And I would like to mention about Neha that she is a member of the International Pharmaceutical Excipient Council. IPEC is what is the abbreviation for. And this is associated mainly with the pharma industry. Am I right, Neha? Correct me if I'm going.
Correct, sir. Yeah.
And it's a regulatory affair professional, she's working for an MNC. So we would like to know, from Neha, for the students who would like to get into the pharmaceutical industry or maybe other allied industries, because she is got an experience of around 10 years in this field. She started as a trainee in the initial stage, and now she is representing that company. So it's a very steady progress. So Neha, you have to tell about yourself as to how you started this thing and what is exactly a pharmaceutical excipient sector. If you can just connect with my viewers on that.
Yeah, sure, sir. So first of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. And you mentioned, like I started my career as a trainee, and this field was altogether a new field for me as well. So this is what I want to connect with the viewers as well. This is a very less known field. Many of them don't know. So that is what we would like to convey through the conversation. So pharmaceutical excipient. So basically it's a subset of pharmaceutical industry as well. And just to give you an analogy or a basic example, now while we are having this conversation, the main unit that is connecting us is the laptop, right? But this is a small little thing which is helping us or is giving that added benefit where it is making things easy. Like you can put on just the headphones, move around, chat, or even listen to a music. So this is something which is there. If you can survive without this as well, but this is also adding that additional function to the basic unit of laptop, right?
So it makes
so
things
this
easier.
Is a pharmaceutical excipient. Yes, so this is a pharmaceutical excipient, and laptop is the main drug which is curing the disease, right? So and after all, drugs are consumed by the patient. So it's the risk. I mean, life is at the stake. Okay, so life is at the risk, right? So it needs to be monitored. The government official needs to ensure that the manufacturers bring out the safe drugs into the market and there's no impact on lives. So this is what a regulatory professional does. So every country have their own set of norms, guidance, which are there to safeguard that the product that is coming into the market is safe enough for the consumers to consume it. So that is
Can
what,
I interrupt you in between, just for my knowledge? Does it actually pertain to even quality control, which is most important, like maintaining the quality and the standards?
Yeah, so this is a very good question, I must say, because the quality management system, okay, so quality falls under quality management system. So every pharmaceutical company or any company will have their quality management system, and these are derived from this regulations itself. So a country FDAs or the governing body will have this regulations defined. So every country, every manufacturer will have to design their quality management system in a way that they abide to those regulations. So this is how the quality forms.
Great. So in that case, every pharmaceutical company is given a directive by various countries, who have got their, who they are connected with, and they have to adhere to those principles and those quality control measures, right? This is what is a gist
Correct.
you're
Correct.
talking about. Great.
Correct.
So what is actually regulatory affairs and how does one get into this profession? See, because Neha, we are dealing with students who are just, just past their 10th or maybe 12th. What have you done in the initial stage of your life, post our Nemlekas up to 12th? And then what did you do? I know you did science, but then after that, I mean, how did you get into this profession?
Okay, so sir, like while I was studying, and I also mentioned it one of my previous article, which was published through the ISER
Yeah.
Connect. So while I was studying and doing my masters in science, during vacations, I would always go in for industrial trainings. Okay, and that is where I got this know-how of the avenues that are there in the market. So I would go for the internships in the laboratories in big companies like Cadbury's, Britannia, to name a few. So there I got to know more of this quality and the regulatory aspect. And after completing my master's, I was working for a research project as a research associate, which was sponsored by UGC. UGC is University Grant Commission, New Delhi. So I was working for this research project. And while I was working on those research project, I would read research articles, and when we would do the analysis, there would be a lot of reading or trying to hunt for more and more information. So that is where I got to know about the regulations, because ultimately everything that goes into the drug has got a limitation. Okay, a particular ingredient can be added in certain limits or no. You can analyze that material as per this method. So this is where I got to know about the regulations, and that is where I got inclined towards this field. And to my luck, the second organization that I joined in, there I joined it purely into the regulatory affairs function. So because prior I had analytical experience, it of course added or it was an advantage. However, there, because I never had experience on regulatory affairs, I was absorbed as a trainee. So then I had to understand what all regulatory affairs is all about, because what in my previous experience, what I just thought is that just reading and applying it to the daily routine work, but it's more beyond that. So basically, it's simple. Like in India, if I want to do a business, I need to have a license to do that business, right?
Yeah.
So what is the criteria set for that as a business owner, how
Yeah.
what all things I should be following?
Yeah.
So, and then you need to apply for the license, then also maintain it throughout. So this is what a regulatory professional does in an organization. So he's the one who will understand the regulation, make the organization associates understand what is the requirement of the government, so that they follow the systems and they have all the things in place. And it's not a one time activity, but a continual process. You keep on upgrading yourself as per the need of the government. Yeah, so that is one aspect. And on the other hand, as a business owner or as a manufacturer, at times things are challenging, right? What is written on paper cannot be always implemented in practical life, right? So as a regulator, you also need to have your say or communicate with the regulators and put forth your challenges. Like practically, when it comes to implementation, there could be challenges. So you propose your changes, you propose them the data and justify saying that why this is not easy to implement. So that is how the regulation gets updated. So IPEC, like you mentioned initially, that is IPEC. Yeah, so that is one such forum wherein all the excipient manufacturers come together, they review the regulation, or even they draft new regulation, which is in benefit for the manufacturers as well as to the customers at the end of the day. So this is the role what a regulatory professional does in an organization.
Okay. Can I again ask you? See, there are certain questions which just crop up in my mind. Before we go to the next question, are there any specific courses or to get into this field, or it is just like because of your homework what you did, or because of your keenness to join something new, you just like happen to know about it? I mean, if you can give the gist of it or idea to the viewers.
Yeah. So basically, you need to be a pharma graduate. So it could be B Pharm, B Pharm, M Pharm, or a science graduate for that matter. So this is the criteria number one that you need to qualify yourself with. And additionally, there are different courses available in the market. One such advanced diploma. Yeah, sorry, sir.
No, yes, I said,
Yeah. So one such advanced diploma even I did, which was for advanced diploma in regulatory affairs pertaining to formulations and APIs. So this is a private institute from where I did, and it's a good institute where all the professionals from different industry, they are doing it part-time. Even I did it as a part-time course while I was working for my previous organization. My organization was more than happy to sponsor my course as well.
So it was sponsored and supported by your organization.
Yeah.
Very good. Proud of you.
Yeah. So, yes. So, and it was a weekend course. So Saturday, Sundays, I would attend the classes in person. It was pre-COVID times. So I would attend the classes over the weekends. And so it's like you can always take up this courses at your convenience, at pace. So even young students, like when they want to get on this additional certificate courses or a diploma course, it can be done along with their mainstream education, which helps. Because when you enroll for this professional certificate courses or diploma courses, there are many from the industry who are also there, and it helps you to connect with the industry group, and further guide. It also helps you or open more and more avenues for yourself. So this is the win-win situation, I would say, if you keep learning new things.
Very good, very good. So in that case, you even get support from within the industry, and your colleagues or seniors also advise you so that you progress. And by default, the company also does well. So there's time and energy and resources in a particular person like you, and ensure that you get updated knowledge. Am I right?
Yes, correct. True, sir. So that's what a good cultured organization, and most of the organization these days are having a good culture. Gone are those days when you could be in good books of your bosses and things would be done. This is not the reality anymore. You have to struggle. You have to have your base very clear. You have to live on your own. And how do you do that? In every day, wherever you are, whatever you do, give your best is what I feel. And people around you observe. This is what I have experienced. Like, if you are sincere enough, you have that creative thinking, you want to give your 100%, there are people supporting you. And this is what exactly I experienced in my this 10 plus years in this industry, that when I showed that interest to know more, to understand more, I got avenues, I got opportunity to fulfill or achieve my goals. So this is one point which I really want to bring out to the viewers. Like these days, it's not only the score that you get on your mark sheet or the number of degrees that you have, but the way you put forth your point, the way you conduct yourself, the situations or challenges that you have faced also helps you to go to the next level. It's beyond that. So try and develop onto those terms is what I would say.
Very good. Very good. Again, I would like to interrupt you. First of all, I would like to mention to my viewers that Neha was and is a very simple girl, what we have seen, but she was always focused on whatever she wanted in life. A very brilliant child, as what we have seen her progress. And as what she rightly said, you can't just, like take things for granted. You have to learn. You have to interact with your colleagues. You have to show that you're keen. Am I correct me if I'm wrong? Isn't it?
Absolutely.
Progress in an organization, which, my dear friends, my viewers should understand that, like even if you get 95% or 98% in CBSE or SSC or whichever board, there are lot many more challenges. So today, what your scores are, doesn't depend, like it might be just the first step, Neha. Am I right? But later on, I think you have to move on your own.
Correct, correct. And I'm living example of that, sir.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know my score.
Absolutely, I
I was
know.
an average student, but if you see me today, you are there saying the viewers that I am example. But then it's all about your keenness to learn new things and living by it. So that is what makes
One more
you.
thing I will add, add to whatever I am saying. As what Neha said in a very humble way, that she was a very average student. She was a brilliant child, but we always knew that she had a spark in her. And that's what I want to mention to the younger generation, that even if you score a little less, or even if you may not have, the expected marks of 90, 95, 100 or whatever, or beyond. I don't know, expectation these days go beyond 110 also. But even people like Neha, why I'm saying who simple people, because she was never the person who would say, I want to get 99 or I want to get 100% marks or whatever. So I just want to mention here that if you have the will, you can definitely achieve something. So Neha, just a last few questions because we are running out of time. I just want to ask you, is this only pertaining to pharma industry, whatever you're doing, or and allied things, or there are something more avenues in the regulatory board, what you're, into?
Yeah. So I would like to say that in addition to pharma, there is also a nutraceutical segment. So nutraceutical or health supplements is basically what you consume for being fit. Revital is one of the example.
Yeah.
So, or Prash for that matter. And after this post-COVID times, nutraceutical is being seen as a big boom, and there also regulations are there. There are very good companies into nutraceutical, which should be also explored. Like any science graduate always thinks of pharmaceutical, but there's a lot more. So there's many consumer goods or a nutraceutical, which is also an unexplored field, or people you eventually come or explore those fields. But I think this should also be a food for thought, that this could also be a thought of getting into. Yeah.
Great, great. So there are a lot of avenues. It depends on individuals how one would like to, improve on your own skills and go up the ladder. That's what I feel. Competition is,
Yes.
and you have to, wade through the waves and come up in life. Last couple of questions I want to ask you. There are a lot of parents who may be keen to understand from you personally. So, is it possible that we can get your email address? Because I would like to my viewers to connect with you as a mentor. Because I have got this Pathfinder as a concept where it's a mentorship, where you advise people free of cost, please, because I don't expect you to charge
Yes, sir.
consultancy fees, but you have been an excellent student. So I want you to share your intelligence with those who would like to connect. So how do you have an email address which you would like to mention to my viewers?
Yeah, sure. So I'm absolutely open, and anybody can connect with me for the guidance, and they can reach out to me on my Gmail ID. I will share it with you, sir, and maybe you can share it on later.
Yes,
And otherwise, also through they can also contact me over a phone. I'm open to that, and whatever resources I have, I'll definitely share with the viewers.
definitely. Just a conclusion, if you can advise the students who have just passed their 10th and 12th, and if they have scored less marks, why I'm saying that, because we always tend to put them down, saying that "Arey, kami mark milale. Now there's no future." Would you please give a little bit of advice to the parents and the children that they should not get bogged down?
Yes, definitely. So, like we also discussed about this some while ago, I am an example, living example. So, I was never a person or a student who got about 90 or 80s for that matter. Okay. Not even 70s when I was in my SSC, to be very frank. but marks are just the numbers on the card. At the end of the day, it's all about your eagerness to learn new things, your acceptance of the fact, and moving forward. Just look forward. There are many avenues, there are many opportunities, and now these days there are so many allied courses and options available beyond the simple graduation course, right? So get into something that you enjoy and you want to just be yourself, and which will allow you to grow further. So I don't think that marks should be a constraint. It's all about your will. That's it.
Okay, so before you wind up, again, one last question. Do you find time for yourself, personal life and your professional life? Because as the work is so demanding, do you still manage that weekend for yourself, or it is 24/7, you're completely engaged with your work, in the sense busy with your work? Why I'm saying is, now there is a concept where there's a work-life balance, so how are you comfortable on that?
So it's not about that. It's all about your will. So the domain that I'm working, I need to keep on reading and updating myself. So काम तो होते ही रहने वाला है. Whatever the organization is giving you, it's going to happen. But over the weekends, I need to connect with people, or I need to read certain things so that I'm updated in my field. And that is what even I like. So when I'm doing that, in a way, I'm also developing myself, right? So when I'm reading something, I'm enriching my knowledge. When I'm interacting with people, I'm trying to understand what could be the practical challenges, and even they share their advices with me. They keep on mentoring me. So I feel it's all about your liking. So you try to turn it in a way that you can balance it out both. I mean, if it can't be ho raha at the same time, it is also benefiting you as an individual, because
Last but
that is
not the
what,
least,
yeah.
yes. Lastly, I want to ask you, uh, what is your future plan of action? What is you're representing your organization, is what you said when we had a word with each other. You are doing a crucial work. So you have a huge team with you who are.
So currently, I just switched over to a new organization like 8 months back. So currently, there's not a huge team, I would say here, because I'm representing India now in this new office.
Great.
But yes, so I have one more colleague working along with me. But it's not about you having a direct reports. At the end of the day, in the organization, it's working with the cross-functional team, and managing them is also a skill in itself. So I don't go by the concept, and this is also the new trend. Like, it's not necessary that you have 10 direct reporters working under you. That doesn't show your leadership skill. It's how you manage people and work along with everybody to achieve your goal is also what is important. So that is how I will put forth, because I like, it's a multinational company, so you also need to connect with cross-cultural teammates, and then working with them is also a learning and enriching experience. So that is also very crucial, is what I feel.
Very nice. So I will conclude now. So, thank you, Neha, that you gave your time for Pathfinders, which is a new concept on DC Celeb Talk, Dicer Connect. And I wish you great success in life. And I would make a proper presentation and get connected to you again whenever we require your advice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
God bless you.